Welcome to today's webinar, which will give you more information about online payment solution with ADYEN. Alex and I welcome you warmly again, and we are really excited to tell you more about this great innovation. As usual, here are our recommendations for today's live stream. And we have to mention our customer success program, which helps you with the system settings and optimization, all included in your system license. Well, because I cannot wait to show you online payments, let's jump right into it. Our partner, ADYEN, provides a great online payment solution platform, which we integrated into HotelTime system. So on today's list, we have an introduction and detailed information on how we cooperate and what benefits do we bring to our customers. We will show you how easy it is to proceed with payment in HotelTime and that the process can be fully automated, which I found the most interesting for our customers. We also prepare for you some recommendations about fraud and chargebacks, which are generally at a really low level in the hospitality industry. However, it is always good to know how to protect yourself. Okay, so Alash, can you tell us more about ADYEN as an online payment system provider?
Hello, everybody. Thank you, Martina, for the short introduction. And sure, let's do it. ADYEN is a global payment system solution provider which brings you an end-to-end payments, data, and financial management in a single solution. Payment solution integration in the HotelTime system brings to our customers an essential process of automation because we know how much time users spend on processing deposits and payments. So we want to get an effective tool to support the payment process and create automation which saves tremendous time and reduces errors and mistakes on invoices. So let's have a look. How can you benefit from it? The first benefit I will mention is time saving. Processing deposits, collecting virtual cards or pre-authorizations consumes a lot of time, and another big issue sometimes is the manual work, which can produce a lot of users' mistakes and errors. This can negatively affect guest experience during an interaction with the front desk. The guest is waiting during the check-in, so the very first interaction is lost immediately. So the second benefit is improving the guest experience, because during check-in, the front desk has time to welcome your guest and give him a more human touch, which is always great. The third benefit is that ADYEN verifies the payment or credit card while registering in your HotelTime. That means you can immediately see if the card is valid, if it is accepted for this type of online transaction, and if it is not blocked or stolen. All transactions runs in real time, which means you can see the result immediately in your system. Some transactions in the system wait for the final bank confirmation, so they can take more time. However, HotelTime shows you the result immediately after receiving it. Payment solutions are the most effective automation. So you set the payment rules in HotelTime, and your system processes all the payments automatically. Imagine all non-refundable reservations will be processed automatically in HotelTime while creating. ADYEN also has its own portal where you can see all the transactions, results, and also payouts. And now, let's watch the video about ADYEN's role in the payment processing.
As we saw, ADYEN demonstrated its processing on some shop. We can imagine the meal represents your accommodation service, right? So the reservation itself. While the guest books a room in your hotel, the guest fills in the payment card detail and the whole package, I mean reservation with the CC details, is transferred to your HotelTime, usually through your channel manager system. HotelTime receives reservation and all the details in it. When you receive a reservation in your system, ADYEN verifies quickly if the card can be used, and if yes, the card displays in the reservation detail and automation can be run. When I'm talking about the channel manager system, I mean providers such as SiteMinder, The Edge, or Profit Room. And when I mention quick verification with ADYEN, I have to note here what a huge and strict policy stands behind. It is PCI DSS, Payment Card Industry Data Security Standards. So again, here is the path of the flow I mentioned. Guest creates reservation in your distribution channel or on your website. The reservation with completed information runs through the channel manager to HotelTime system. While creating a reservation in HotelTime, we verify with ADYEN card details and proceed with the card tokenization. But here we will stop for a while. Aleš, can you tell us what card tokenization means?
Sure, I can, because this is essential to ADYEN and HotelTime cooperation. So when we receive some card details, such as card number, holder, issue, etc., we verify the card with ADYEN. If the card is valid, the ADYEN will check if the card is not blocked or stolen and if it supports the payment type that will be used. And when the card goes through successfully, it is hidden under the secure key, which we call a token. A token is displayed in the reservation detail, which already mentioned Martina. In that way, we register all the physical cards, but you may think about virtual cards. How does it work with them? A virtual card is created on your OTA channel, so at that moment, HotelTime does not verify anything because validation of that card is guaranteed by the issuer, as for instance, Booking.com, Expedia, etc. We register cards only through your channel manager system, but it is also possible to use the ADYEN payment terminal. The whole process is fast, and you have all the important data with you. If you see the card details within the reservation, it means everything passed through successfully, and the token is ready for use. If you cannot see the card details within the reservation, and it is required while making the reservation, it means something went wrong, and you will have to check what is the issue. The card can be stolen, blocked, or it does not support this type of online payment. So you have to contact the guest and require a deposit in a different way. Great. And now something about the virtual cards. Marty, can you tell us more about them?
Of course, but I think you are already familiar with them. So here's an example. Reservation with a price of €100 is fully paid on your OTA channel. HotelTime shows you a reservation with €100 and a virtual card attached to it. You can collect the money according to issuer conditions. For instance, before arrival date, on arrival date, or a day after arrival. In HotelTime, you can see the virtual cards, its conditions, and expiration date. Usually, the same information is on your OTA extranet. You can use automation in HotelTime, so all the virtual cards will be collected the first day when you can use them. Or you can collect the money manually from that token in the reservation detail. It takes me to show you what transactions you can proceed on card tokens. So it is pre-authorization, creating, collecting, and releasing, and payment itself, creating and refunding. Here is important to say all the planned automated transactions in HotelTime sends guest email notifications automatically. So guests receive a notification with the planned transaction and proceeded transaction with the result. It is a great prevention of chargebacks anyway. Guests know exactly what transactions he can expect. When the payment proceeds, HotelTime creates a deposit invoice, which is linked to the reservation. So there is no other action needed, this is why there is no place to make any mistake. The system holds set automation and users just check the unsuccessful transactions.
And before we will take you with us to the HotelTime app to show you how it works, let's take a minute to recap what it may look like in your hotel now. That is why we developed a payment solution. It saves 7 minutes in average on each reservation, and that makes a huge impact on your current operation. The only key is the rate code settings. In the HotelTime rate code, you can set up the rules, such as what % of the reservation price and what type of transaction you would like to process, and when the system should process it. You do not have to set any specific rules for a virtual card. It will be enough to have active any automation on the rate code, and the virtual card will be collected automatically. With non-refundable reservations, you will usually withdraw payment immediately after creating a reservation. As we already said, for virtual card, we run the automation the first day when it can be used. When you set the automation rules, HotelTime applies them to all new reservations received to your system. And if any transaction is unsuccessful, you will find it in the dedicated report called Failed Automatic Payments. The transaction can fail, for instance, because of the low limit on the card. So when you contact your guest and he confirms that he has increased the limit, you can then confirm the payment and run it again. Failed transactions are visible in the ADYEN Essential Portal too, and there you will find detailed information about the result. But I cannot wait to see how it works in the HotelTime application. Marty, take us there.
So here we go. Let's open the reservation detail. Well, Alesh, you may not believe it. However, this is how a reservation look like when receiving from Channel Manager system with full HotelTime automation. The token is attached to the reservation. Here we have 100% of the price collected already. The deposit invoice is attached, and you simply wait for guest arrival. Wonderful. You can proceed with payment on the full reservation price, or you can exclude the fees if you want guests to pay you by, for example, check-in. Practically, users just check the failed transactions or payments because those need to be covered. In fact, there are a couple of payments in a week. You have to check with the guest and initiate them manually. This dramatically reduces the time spent on operations. Now, let's have a look into the list of the payments you can find in the system. Main menu, sales, and payments. Well, the most common reason why the transaction fails is there is not enough limit on the card, or there isn't any card token, as in our case now, which indicates there is an issue with the card. Focus on failed transactions and invest the human energy to cover all those issues. This is great when the front desk or the front office agent, reservation agent, knows exactly what the issue is because he sees the results from the target bank. HotelTime allows you to work with tokens manually too, and you can proceed with the same list of transactions, pre-authorization, payment, refunds. You can combine automation with manual work. For instance, you can pre-authorize the amount by arrival date for future consumption. I think we can today show you how to make pre-authorization manually. So in the reservation detail, by card token, we will click on the icon. We will choose the currency and amount and click on Save button. Here we go, and we are done. Simple, isn't it? I have to note here, pre-authorization has its own expiration period, usually about 10 days, depends on the bank. Please keep in mind you have to collect it or release it within the period and not to leave it to expire itself. HotelTime allows you a partial collection of pre-authorization, which is great also. So very, very well, Alej. What do you think?
It is super effective and fast. I think with the pre-authorization, the hotel will cover the whole stay, and this is exactly what you need. Mainly, the pre-authorization collect or release will take more time to be processed. It is a few seconds because we wait until the bank response is delivered. So if we want to collect the pre-authorization, the system waits a few seconds and the user can continue with the work without limits. When the result is delivered, HotelTime shows it to the user in the notification window. And regarding our presentation, let's see what does customer need to create an ADYEN account. The first step is to confirm the PCI statement, which declares that the hotel knows how to store and work with the payment cards. With customer support, you will complete the ADYEN application request. After creating your ADYEN application, customer support configures HotelTime, and you are ready to set up your rate codes. Quick user training is ahead, and you are on. Because it is a strategically essential innovation for your business, customer support opens free slots for onboarding, so we provide onboarding at no additional costs. And what exactly you will need? The PCI document is available online. There is a guide inside of it, which helps you to understand the content and fill all the mandatory parts. It takes about 10 minutes to complete it, and you will receive your PCI document to your mailbox. You will need to attach it to the ADYEN application request. Very simple online form where is requested your company owner's ID card and bank account statement, just to confirm the ownership. The support agent helps you to finish the application form. We check all the data filled and submit it to the ADYEN. The ADYEN creates an application and when the connect it with the HotelTime. You will receive your credentials to the ADYEN Essential Portal as well. Our customer support agent will then train users in the ADYEN Essential Portal. It takes a couple of minutes. The whole solution concept brings you ADYEN integration with HotelTime, so users manages payments from one place. And you guess right? In HotelTime.
Yeah, I think this is important to say because sometimes innovations bring a complicated process, but this is definitely not the way to do our solution. It has to be always user-friendly. ADYEN Essential Portal is a great tool for you as a manager or accountant. There is all your financial flow, monthly invoice statement or payouts. Usually, it's not necessary to check the transaction result here because HotelTime show you enough information. Anyway, Transaction history and each transaction detail are available. Regularly runs payout to your hotel bank account, and ADYEN will notify you about important platform updates or chargebacks. You can defend and submit a dispute directly in the transaction in the Essential portal. So where the payout goes to? ADYEN proceed with payments and balance your deposit to cover potential chargebacks or refunds. Every 2 office days, run a payout to the hotel bank account you set in the application form. It brings you good and healthy financial flow. When you need to change your bank account, you can do that with HotelTime customer support. And yeah, HotelTime customer support provides full customer support of this solution, also to the ADYEN Essential portal.
I'm always happy to hear that the customers does not need to communicate with so many providers. It's great that our customer support manages it all. And now, I have some information and basic recommendations regarding chargebacks and frauds. As Martina already mentioned, you can submit the dispute to any chargeback within the ADYEN Essential portal. But across the overall experience, the risk score in hospitality is very low in comparison to e-shops, for instance. When the payment card is not present in the place, it is easy to demand to cancel the payment. So I think it is good to know how to protect. Here are some tips on how to prevent chargebacks. ADYEN plays a key role in the whole process because it verifies the payment card while creating the reservation. That means the very first check of the payment card is at the start. No invalid cards can go through. To prevent chargebacks for the guests who simply do not know what are they charged for, HotelTime sends automated emails when the transaction is scheduled. The guest knows exactly when he will be charged and how much will be withdrawn. And now to the fraud reservation. Try to find the profile of such a fraudulent guest. We are sure you will find some very significant behavior signs which are typical for them. Our experience is that such a guest is very pushy and mainly complains a lot and does not want to cooperate with the front desk. He does not fill in the registration card, or if he fills it, it contains some dummy information. All of those typical signs can help you to create the profile of a fraudulent guest. You can keep in and create your own check-in procedure whenever such a guest stands on your front desk. You have to be careful with checking the registration card. Namely, check the name of the payment card and with the name of the guest on the registration card. It has to match. Always check all the documents provided. It is also very useful to ask for a signature on your cancellation fee policy. Keep the passport copy. Again, the name of the guest with the cardholder has to match. If you are almost sure there is a high risk of fraud, ask the guest to proceed transaction at the front desk terminal before check-in with his card. Ask him to sign the invoice and keep his passport copy with it. Keep communication with the guest and let him sign the documents requested during the check-in process to have full evidence he was accommodated at your hotel. And very soon, the HotelTime will add a pay by link method, where you will be able to ask the guest for a 3D secure payment while creating the reservation. And there is also another innovation coming, ADYEN payment terminals. Contact our sales representative to learn more. Well, it was a big portion of the information, isn't that correct, Marty?
Oh yeah, that was. Thank you all for joining us today and see you next webinar. Have a lovely day.
See you next time.